War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Published in 1869. War and Peace is a monumental work of literature that delves deeply into the lives of its characters against the backdrop of the Napoleonic Wars in Russia. The novel is a complex blend of historical fiction, philosophical reflection, and intimate character study, making it one of the most influential and celebrated works in world literature. Here is a detailed summary of this epic novel. Plot overview. War and Peace is set during the early 19th century, primarily between 1805 and 1812, a time when Russia was embroiled in conflicts with Napoleonic France. The novel follows the lives of several aristocratic families, particularly focusing on the Rostovs, the Bolkonskys, and the Bezukovs. Through these characters, Tolstoy explores themes of love, honor, family, and the nature of war and peace. Main characters. Pierre Bezukov, the illegitimate son of a count who unexpectedly inherits a vast fortune. Pierre is an awkward, introspective character who searches for meaning in his life, grappling with issues of morality, fate, and happiness. Prince Andrei Bolkonsky, a disillusioned nobleman who seeks glory in the war to escape the monotony of aristocratic life. He is deeply introspective and struggles with his purpose in life, especially after experiencing the horrors of war. Natasha Rostova, a young and spirited member of the Rostov family, Natasha embodies youthful exuberance and innocence. Her character undergoes significant development as she navigates love, loss, and the trials of life. Count Nikolai Rostov, Natasha's brother, who is a passionate and somewhat reckless officer in the Russian army. His loyalty to his family and his love for his country are central to his character. Princess Maria Bolkonskaya, Andrei's deeply religious and kind sister, who struggles with her father's strictness and eventually finds love and happiness. Themes and structure. War and Peace is not just a novel about war, it is a profound exploration of life in all its facets. Tolstoy masterfully interweaves personal stories with historical events, providing a panoramic view of Russian society. War and the nature of history. One of the central themes of War and Peace is the nature of war and its impact on individuals and societies. Tolstoy presents war not as a series of grand battles led by great leaders, but as a chaotic and often senseless experience shaped by countless small, individual actions. He critiques the idea of great men shaping history, suggesting instead that history is the result of a multitude of forces, including the actions of ordinary people. Tolstoy's depiction of the Battle of Borodino, for example, is not a heroic narrative but rather a chaotic and brutal event that leaves many of the characters disillusioned. Prince Andrei, who initially seeks glory in battle, comes to see war as futile and destructive. His experience on the battlefield, where he is severely wounded, marks a turning point in his life, leading him to a deeper understanding of life's fragility and the futility of seeking glory in war. Peace and the quest for meaning. Contrasted with the horrors of war are the moments of peace in the novel, which often serve as opportunities for the characters to reflect on life's deeper meaning. Pierre's journey is central to this theme. Initially lost in the superficiality of high society, Pierre undergoes a spiritual awakening after joining the Freemasons and later enduring imprisonment by the French. His experiences lead him to a profound understanding of the importance of love, forgiveness, and living a life of moral integrity. The novel's philosophical reflections are most evident in Pierre's search for meaning. After surviving the horrors of war and his near execution by the French, Pierre finds solace in simple, everyday life and in the love he eventually shares with Natasha. Tolstoy suggests that true peace comes not from grand achievements or wealth, but from personal fulfillment, moral integrity, and love. Love, family, and society. The relationships between the characters form the emotional core of the novel. Love, in its various forms, romantic, familial, and patriotic, is a recurring theme. The love between Natasha and Prince Andrei, though it faces many trials, is one of the central relationships in the novel. Their engagement is broken after Natasha falls under the spell of the unscrupulous Anatole Kuragin, which leads to her near ruin. However, Natasha's eventual redemption and her marriage to Pierre signify the possibility of renewal and happiness even after great suffering. Family is another central theme, with the Rostovs representing the warmth and chaos of family life. Their financial difficulties, compounded by Nikolai's gambling and the mismanagement of their estates, contrast sharply with the cold and isolated existence of the Bolkonskys. However, both families find redemption and happiness through love and forgiveness. Tolstoy also critiques the superficiality of Russian aristocratic society, portraying it as a world of vanity, hypocrisy, and moral decay. Pierre's initial life of excess and his participation in the hollow rituals of high society serve as a critique of the emptiness that Tolstoy saw in the aristocracy. Philosophical reflections. Tolstoy uses the novel not only to tell a story but also to explore philosophical questions about free will, fate, and the meaning of life. He challenges the idea that individuals can control their destinies, suggesting instead that people are subject to historical forces beyond their control. This is evident in the way characters like Pierre and André struggle with their desires to shape their own lives, only to realize that they are often powerless in the face of larger events. The novel's epilogue reflects Tolstoy's philosophical inquiries into history and human agency. He argues that history is not the result of the actions of a few great men but the outcome of countless smaller, seemingly insignificant actions by ordinary people. This idea challenges traditional historical narratives and emphasizes the complexity and unpredictability of human life. The ending. In the novel's conclusion, we see the characters finding some measure of peace. Pierre marries Natasha, and they live a quiet, contented life, embodying Tolstoy's ideal of finding meaning in the simple joys of everyday life. Prince Andrei's son is raised by his sister, Maria, who finds happiness with Nikolai Rostov. The novel closes with a sense of resolution, but also with a reminder of the cyclical nature of life, as the characters prepare for new challenges. Legacy and impact. War and Peace is not just a historical novel, it is a meditation on the human condition. Tolstoy's exploration of the complexities of life, his rich characterizations, and his blending of history with fiction have made the novel a timeless masterpiece. It continues to be studied and revered not only for its narrative power but also for its deep philosophical insights. Conclusion. War and Peace is a vast and profound work that captures the essence of life during one of history's most tumultuous periods. Through its exploration of war, peace, love, family, and the search for meaning, Tolstoy's novel offers readers a rich and nuanced understanding of the human experience. Its impact on literature and its continued relevance make it a towering achievement in the world of fiction. The end.